Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Equestria at War with me, Alpha Pi Omega, in the Griffonian Empire. So with the fall of Ramau in the last episode, we have entered the period of stabilization. We will now improve upon our army, recruit new troops, strengthen our current troops, and within a reasonable couple of months we might declare war on Skyfall. Hopefully that's gonna go our way. There is no way to know, so there is just a possibility to try. Anyway, a couple of things that I realized. We need to stop our Air Force from doing this stuff, but these guys can drill, so let's put them on the drilling duty. You guys are fine, but we have enough airplanes, I checked, in the stockpile to have another wing of tactical bombers, so let's put them on drilling as well. And as far as our navy goes, we now have our first destroyer, KMS Raiha, Enlarged Destroyer 1009 type. So we're gonna join our beautiful KMS Grover the First, and you are going to drill together because we need more navy experience. So with all that said, the construction is going smooth. I believe we're building a couple of airfields here and there. We might want to rebuild this infrastructure, though it's being repaired, so I'm just going to leave it where it is. We have resistance to occupation. We know about that. It's not a big thing. But I think that at this point it would be sensible for us to take the improved worker conditions and boost our stability a bit. We're also going to focus a bit on, hey, we can do military training. Amazing, do that. It's going to give us a boost to XP of all of our branches, and the 5th Infantry Army is going to soon start drilling. So you guys really need to work on that. And in the last episode, we actually got our Changeling commander to stay, Franks. He decided to stick with us. So in this episode, we are going to figure out what to do with him. Now, we have these two divisions here, and I think that it's going to be cheaper to use this one. So that's which one? Mountaineer Division. Okay, Mountaineer Division. So we're going to phase out the Royal Mountaineers and switch you to the Mountaineer Division. Cool, so getting you guys some extra equipment. And how are we doing on this? How many? Okay, we can recruit only one division at this point. So I'm not gonna, I just want to know where we're standing. And I really think that eventually we're gonna give them the white. No, actually, the heavy tanks would make sense. They will impede our movement a bit and attack a bit, but I think that, or maybe the medium ones. We'll have to decide. The Mountaineers, on the other hand, could definitely get an extra division. We haven't really done much with them. They need the recon, and I want to give them the armored cars. So that's one thing we will throw their way. I could also get the maintenance company, and we could add. Could I? Should do it like this. I could actually turn our Mountaineer division all the way to this. So you guys get a massive bonuses now to fight in the hills and mountains, right? Yep. Okay then. So let's do that. That is a huge investment into just 2 divisions, but I believe they might be worth it. And we finished the clearing out the Scheisswald focus. The Scheisswald, a forest spanning most of Angriver and Catherine, has impeded Griffins from developing much of the eastern Herzland for centuries now. However, we now possess the means to clear out the Scheisswald once and for all. Great machines shall uproot the trees and turn them into lumber. Strong pumps will drain the cursed swamps, and chemical fertilizers will turn it all into rich farmlands. So we get extra 2 civilian factories out of it. And now we can... I'm not really short on anything here, are we? No. We're importing aluminum and rubber. So those are virtually non-existent as far as these focus trees go. So curtailing universities and restoring... Let's start with restoring the order in the east, because I believe that we might have a bigger compliance there. Yeah, I mean, this is not so bad. This is not so bad. Okay, I'm gonna move you to here and move you to here. This way I think you're gonna have a bit more of an impact. Okay, so with this done and with our military units boosted, let's investigate the Panzer divisions. They are fine and there is nothing to improve upon here. The Imperial Guards are good as well. I mean, we'd rather give them field hospitals, and the Imperial Knights, I believe, are also good. Yeah. And someone isn't sending us all that we require. Okay, well, anyway, I was thinking what Franks would be good for, and I'm not gonna lie, I have never ever in my whole life used paratroopers in this game. So it might be a fun little experiment to start working on those and look if we could maybe make them work. I would kind of appreciate that. So it might be a good way to go. First we need to decide what we're gonna do with these military factories. Well, what are we researching? More airplanes. So let us make sure that we are the dominant force in the sky here. And first of all, focus on increasing, and now we are short. Yeah, because you're not sending us all that we need. Let's start importing from Yarodom of Chital. I think that one means that we are importing over the sea, right? Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, we're not in a war at this point. And we could reasonably start putting some synthetic refineries here and there. So we could put one here, one here, one here, and probably one here. So mix it up a little. We can build yet another naval dockyard here in our only sea region. Okay, Penguin was annexed. How sad. I can build another factory in here and another factory in here. Meritocracy of Wittenland has capitulated. How sad. I don't even know who they are, but so sad. Okay, let's add these up here. We're a bit, you know, bit suboptimal as far as that goes, but I think it's fine. Okay, and our total, yep, okay, so we are at max, so 252,000 men is all that we have and can expect at this point until we core the territories. Chrysalis demands Franks to be returned home. Queen Chrysalis of the Changelings has issued a very vocal diplomatic protest on our decision to shelter General Franks within the Empire. She now calls for us to return him home at once, so that she, as his rightful queen, can deal with him and his treacherous dealings accordingly. Franks has proven to be a good, valuable friend to us, and he appreciates our help and support, but is he worth the trouble we risk in continuing to shelter him? Never. He will stay. He will stay. I mean, I really like Chrysalis and everything, but I really don't want to force someone to leave if he doesn't want to. Chrysalis swears revenge. The queen gnarled a while as she listened to the changeling in front of her, who relayed the Griffonian response to her. With a swift stroke and blast from her crooked horn, The small and unimportant minion was obliterated, and only a black, dusty crater remained where he had stood. Listen to me when I say this. The wicked and disgusting griffins within their empire have today made the biggest mistake in their sorry pet lives. Their empire had already been torn apart by their own minions, and their decadence and incompetence even today does not cease to amaze me. If they so violently refuse my orders and demands, then they must be entirely unaware of who they're just made an enemy with. Their sorrow with the empire will collapse like a house of cards, and I will tear it apart and burn it and its citizens to ashes myself if I have to. None shall stand in my way. The other changeling present applauded and cheered for their queen. Well, okay, so she's pissed. So there's only one way we can deal with this. Well, actually no, we stopped improving relations. And we are no longer going to, because she is probably coming after us sometimes in the future. Not a great thing to have happened to, but what can we do? Okay, so the drilling is commencing. Our units are getting much better by the day. I am so happy. You guys are looking really good. Regulars 4, 40% bonus. The mountaineers are also getting slightly stronger. But we don't really have the ability to recruit more of them. Okay, I'll need to seriously think about getting those motorized divisions up and running, but I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna handle that. Okay, KMS Falke has just joined the fleet. Barasingh has capitulated. Well, it was to be expected, even though I have absolutely no idea who they are. Okay, how's the Air Force right now? We got 1st and 3rd Tactical Bomber Wing for some reason. Aquila has capitulated. Aquila has stolen the House of Eri. Do we want to take you? Oh, I guess not. Yeah, we already have a border with Aquila now. So then I guess there's no point in not attacking Ingleton. Who are they? Let's ask ourselves this question. Griffonian Free Territory. Could we eventually get an attack on them? House of Eri, Barony, Avian, Griffonian. Yeah, we can get a focus on them. Not anytime soon. Okay, well, I think that the reasonable thing to do now is basically just... Okay, listen, if we wanted to build this mobile battalion from scratch, say like this, give them support artillery, motorized recon, and engineers, that would require 50. So it's definitely better to just turn the Imperial Guard divisions into that. Damn it. Okay, so let's take it logically. Is there anything that we can do here with the Reichsarmy? Okay, we need to support the Reichsarmy, which is here. That's going to give us 25 army experience, 10% war support, and 25,000 extra mana. Okay, so that sounds good because we're gonna get 30 here and 25 here. And that is definitely something that I could use. And we are now going to start improving the worker conditions. That is going to hit our factory output, and our consumer goods are gonna go up. But our stability is going to increase dramatically. For 177 days, that means for 70, 140, so that's 20, so that's 10. Yeah, I'm going to get about 12 extra stability out of that. And hey, we can start getting some navy doctrines here. So I really like the fleet in being, and I think that's going to be the best for us. Do we... yeah, there is a carrier ability here, so we're going to go with fleet in being once again. Ships stay in port where they are safer and only engage enemies at opportune moments. The presence of our ships will make enemies more reluctant to take our ports. That is true. That is tried and tested way to go. Okay, so we're restoring the order to the east. The disgraceful administration of the east will be torn down and rebuilt from ground up. The new governors shall be loyal and just, unlike the previous rulers of Landgrave and Catherine. The last remnants of resistance will be destroyed by the local garrisons, and the entire backwards region will be dragged into the modern era. Yes. So now let's go with the support for Reich's army. And let's see these decisions. Okay. Okay, release nation. Well, I guess we will get an event to core them later on, once they get to the moment where we can do that. Okay, federated parishes no longer provide us with what we want. So let's start importing some more rubber from the Colton Republic. Okay, we're producing more than one fighter a day now. That is amazing. Cool, so this was working really good. When are the next... wow, we got tons of trucks. It's amazing. I actually should supply my... wait, where is it? Supply my army motorization priority here. Yeah, should start getting motorization priority. Should make it much better. Iceball Provision and Directorate took 11 state. Jesus. And we finished... oh, we finished the new weapon, the Reichswaffen Machine Pistol Karahe M10. Developed of the older and expensive Specht submachine gun used by the bodyguards, criminals and elite assault troops of the Empire, the new 7.65 x 21mm Karahe model stripped away the excess, turning this support weapon into a standard assault gun for officers, knights and special forces. Paired with the new semi-automatic M09 Gerund battle rifle and anti-tank landmines, it is a formidable assault package. Amazing. So now we can go with... well, let us finish the armored cars here, because that's gonna help with... okay, breakthrough is gonna be much higher. Soft attack... wow, soft attack is gonna be much higher. We use the armored cars as a good recon for many of our units. The Storm King's heir. The brutal civil war that tore asunder the Yeti realms of the Storm Kingdom is finally over. After the Storm King's death in the Battle of Ain Turgald, 4 of his generals had claimed the Horned Crown and fought a bloody succession war to decide who would become the new Storm King or Queen. Now one of them has triumphed and wears the Horned Crown on their head. The rest of Zebrica is uneasy with this news, to say the least. Stormcloud. Wait. Was it this one? Emperor. No, I forgot to check which one it was. Damn it. Okay. Harden tanks. By enchanting tank armor much in the same way as we do conventional armor, we can make sure our tanks are sturdier than the competition. And I have completely given up on my strategy here, haven't I? Oh, you were supposed to be the navy. Well, let us instead focus on heavy tanks. That's gonna be fun. Or medium. Well, our emperor demanded heavy tanks, so it might be a... but yeah, for that we desperately need to get these ones. basic heavy cannon, high velocity cannon. Without that we cannot make a heavy tank. Okay, let's make the anti-tank guns. Oh, and we get a factory to use. And I know where to put it. We need to change this bolt-action rifles, the M06 Krale, to the M10 Krale, which will require 46,392 weapons upgraded. And so we're gonna throw our factories at this task. Okay, this is telling me that we can get to about 45 per day. So with those, that's gonna be, let's go with 100 a day. Let's go with 100 a day, which means it's gonna take about a year at maximum factory and output. Still a ton of time, considering we are soon going to... How far ahead is this one? Yeah, we might just go ahead and get the Vinin. Considering it's gonna boost our defense, breakthrough, soft attack dramatically, hard attack, yeah. So we're gonna go with towards the Vinin next. We do have a lot of infantry here, so doing that sounds more than reasonable. And someone is screwing with us as far as imports go, but stability is increasing. That's amazing. The Panzer divisions are being created, which is also amazing. I don't want to do more than that, considering that we need to build the Leichtpanzers 2 to take place of the Leichtpanzers 1, and that might take some time. We're gonna focus on the motorized infantry next. So yeah, we're already at 40. So with the 25 we get from the support of the Reichsarmy, we should be actually really golden for this. And the cannons, yeah, we're gonna have to start working on the anti-tanks soon. Improved armor car. Looking forward to these Adlers. Have we already upgraded one of... Oh, yep. The second fighter wing is upgraded. And I actually have a mission. Oh! Only 4 left. The Great War. Oh, okay. Changelings are invading Equestria. The Great War. In the face of a great goal, no sacrifices will seem too great. Queen Chrysalis. The end of millennial peace. And Aquila declared war on the Griffonian Free Territory. Oh, that is bad. That is really bad. Does Aquila have any allies? They don't. So I might just go ahead and try to attack them. This is really bad. The Great War. The Changeling Kingdom has officially announced that a state of war exists between Equestria and them from now on. Several bombing raids were performed by Changeling aviation onto the front of units and towns in the area before the official declaration of war. This is a turning point in history for all of us. Equestria has not seen a major war in many centuries. Oh god, they're getting steamrolled already. Equestria has not seen a major war in many centuries, and the public is stunned by the events. Changelings seem very determined and confident in their actions, which can be said about Equestria. It will take a while for the Pony Nation to put their economy on war rails. We will observe the situation. Yeah, they are being heavily outnumbered. And even in as far as industry goes... Damn, this is not going to bode well. Okay, and this is also not going well. I'm pretty sure they might come after us very soon. That is really bad. That is really, really bad. We're getting encroached from all sides. would love it if you guys would collapse somehow. That would be great. Something like that. That would make me really happy. Wait, aren't you at war? Oh yeah, you are. Okay. Your army is pathetic, really. So if we manage to do what we need to do, I think we might still have a chance. Okay, support for the Reichsarmy. The Imperial Army has pledged its allegiance to the new regent. They believe that under the wise and determined guidance of Duchess Gabrielle Ingokwa, Grove's legacy can be restored once more. They are ready to march on the world's end to achieve this goal. All they need is someone to lead them to victory. Okay, and well, we're building the Air Force. Now this gives us infrastructure and everything. In Southern industry, buy gold. No more princes. Designate. Oh, this would be good. But I think that at this point we really need to focus more on this. Curtail the universities. No, you know what? Let's No. We need this agricultural aid. We need the 100,000 extra men, because we can then raise a whole new infantry army, and that would go a long way for us. But for now, we need to motorize you guys. Wait. Duplicate. That is an important distinction. So motorized infantry, motorized infantry, motorized infantry, and change you to motorized artillery. And we do have what it takes. We don't have enough for the maintenance company, but that is not as important at this point. So this is gonna be Imperial motorized division. Gotcha, here. And we will start training them. How many do we need? 347. So we can start, I believe, with 10. So let's start with 10 of these trained in our capital, which is quite a lot, but I think I might also start with 10 of you in here. Okay, let's add 2 more and 2 more. Okay, we'll have 12 and 12. So we'll have about half an army of each. Great. Okay, so that sucked up quite a lot of our Griffon power, but the motorized division, together with the knights and tanks, are going to attack Skyfall. Well, we're gonna put the what is it? Second infantry army, 5th infantry army, and 6th or 7th infantry army on the border with Griffonian Republic to hold their attack, because that's the only way we can actually progress here. Yep, cool. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you in the next episode.